As I propose, I need you most. You become my overdose. And you know I'm so sorry. And how I love you so.
All morning I battled with myself. I continued to do so all the way to work for my first day. For the life of me, I couldn't stop thinking about Solomon. I thought about him all the way until Sal put my uniform in my hand and told me it was go time. Half of me wanted to turn on the phone and see if he had called, if he had texted me again. But the other half of me knew that would be stupid. I needed to just let it drop. He'll stop sniffing around me and move on to the next willing victim, and I will move on and never talk to another man again. I unwrapped the uniform that Sal handed me, and right off I can tell that the shirt was way too small. "Excuse me, sir." "Call me Sal, beautiful." He reached out like he was going to put his arm around my shoulder, but I easily moved out the way, trying not to frown at his lecherous smile he wore. "Sal, my uniform is too small." "Is it?" He looked surprised. "That's so strange. I could have sworn you were a size 6. 6? No, sir, I'm a size 8. Well, that's just too bad. And I really can't afford to order any more uniforms right now, sweetheart." I dodged his fat hands again. This guy was sure touchy-feely. "Well, what should I do?" "Well, just wear the uniform for now, and I'll order you another one in a couple weeks, okay?" I was going to tell him that I wasn't comfortable wearing a too small uniform, but he turned and walked out of the kitchen, leaving me standing there like a lump on a log. "Forget it, Stormy. You don't want to upset your boss on your first day." I looked up and blushed when I realized 2 Latino cooks were staring at me with smirks on their face. Can you tell me what the bathroom is?" They both pointed to a dirty door next to the cooler. It, like the rest of the kitchen, seemed to be covered in a layer of grease. Carefully, I walked to the bathroom, trying not to slip and fall on the nasty floor. "That rat," Hadari said as I walked out of the little room Sal showed me, where employees put their stuff. "He said he thought I wore a size 6, I told her. "Yeah, I just bet he did." She wrapped her arms around my neck and pulled me close. "Don't worry, Coty. I'm gonna have a talk with that bastard, okay?" "Nah, just forget it. I don't want to rock the boat this early, you know?" "No, I don't know. That uniform is ridiculously tight." It was true. The pants fit like they had been painted on me, and the shirt left nothing to the imagination. I felt like I was naked. And judging by the way some of the male customers and even Sal was looking at me, I knew for a fact that I was leaving nothing to the imagination. I exhaled. "Father Yah, help me through this day." "Okay, let me give you a tour of this dump." And so my training began. At first it seemed really easy. Take orders, deliver a couple drinks, bring food, clean up the plates. Easy. But then the dinner crowd hit, and I thought that maybe my head was going to explode. Every time I took an order, somebody else was ready for their ticket, not to mention the couple of people that needed their drinks refilled, and the fact that the little kitchen bell that cooks rang when your food was ready was non-stop. "Oh my goodness, Coty, this is crazy." "You're doing really good though," she said as she glided past me with 4 plates in her hands and arms. "Looks easy, but trust me, that took talent." What made it all so bad was Hadari had only given me 2 tables while she effortlessly worked 8 tables. And amazingly, mid-dinner rush, things went from bad to worse, because when I came out the kitchen after clearing off one of my tables for the next customer, Solomon's friend Bone was sitting there with a pretty dark-skinned girl that had red and black braids piled up high on her head. Her dress was tighter than my uniform. Imagine that. Who knew that was even possible? I paused when I saw them. I didn't really want to go to the table. Maybe I can get Hadari to take this one, and I can take one of hers. However, when I finally spotted her, she was racing towards the register, where one of the customers stood arguing with the cashier about their checks. Oh, goodness. Okay, I was on my own. You know what? I was tripping. There was no way this guy was going to remember me. I exhaled and shook my head as I made my way to the table. Hello, welcome to Sal's. Can I get y'all something to drink? The girl never looked up from her menu, but Bone looked dead at me, and instantly I knew he recognized me. Hey, Stormy, right? Crap. I smiled a little and nodded my head. Yeah, Bone, right? The one and only. He smiled big. In fact, everything about him was big. Big head, big body, and a big booming voice. If you could look past the fact that he was clearly a giant, I guess he was handsome enough. So, can I get y'all something to drink? Yeah, I'll take a bottle of water. Baby, you know what you want? Diet Coke. Still, she didn't look up from her menu. Okay, I'll be right back with those. I turned and practically ran away. My heart was beating so fast I had to lean against the kitchen wall, grease and all, to catch my breath. What's wrong, Mommy? One of the cooks asked. Nothing, just tired. He smiled at me. Take your time. Don't let Sal rush you. I nodded. Juan was really sweet. The other cook, Hector, hadn't said much to me. Hidari said it was because he didn't speak good English. I made my way to the soda machine and I got their drinks. I didn't know why I was acting this way. Solomon probably wasn't even thinking about me. My Ima always said it was foolish to give so much energy to people that won't even notice. So I got myself together, went back out there to take their orders, checked on my other table, and then I went to find a spot to rest my sore feet for a minute. When I got my first check, I was going to have to get some better shoes. Not only did I slip and slide across the kitchen floor in my little black flats, but after standing on my feet for the last 6 hours, I was ready to cut my feet off at the ankles and have some relief from this pain. Hidari said I'll get used to it, but I doubted it. The kitchen bell rang, letting me know my food was up. I grabbed their plates and made my way out the kitchen, but just then the bell on the front door dinged. Now, I had heard that front door bell 100 times today, but it was something about the way that the bell dinged this time that made me look up. I would have given anything for the floor to open and swallow me, because coming through the door, looking like he had walked straight off the pages of GQ magazine, was Solomon himself. I had never seen him in a suit, but I don't think there is a man on the planet that could wear a 3-piece suit better. As soon as he walked through the door, it's like the place came alive. It seemed that everybody tried to speak to him and get his attention. He shook hands and gave high fives, flashed a melting smile at a couple girls that did just that, melted in their seats. I could almost close my eyes and imagine and see King Solomon walking the streets in Jerusalem, people, bruised, traveling from miles away just to see him walk past. Quickly, I made my way to Bone's table and dropped their food. Enjoy. I didn't stick around. Bone's lady friend looked like she was about to ask me for something, but I disappeared so fast she never got the chance. I wasn't taking any chances of being seen by the king. I was not delusional. I was no match for that man. I figured I can just stay here in the kitchen and wait him out. What you doing now, Stormy? Juan asked, coming to stand on the side of me, peeking out the kitchen door. I'm hiding, I told him. Hiding from who? He looked through the other window to see what I saw. Nobody, Juan, just shh. He was drawing too much attention to me. Sal was sitting in his office with the door open, and he was looking at me. Dang it! Stormy? Yes, Sal. Get back to work. Okay, Sal. Dang it. What am I going to do? I just can't walk back out there and pretend he's not there. But I don't want to talk to him. Stormy, I'm going. I opened the door, and as bravely as I could, I walked out. I would ignore him. I have no other choice. He was now sitting at the table with Bone, and double dang it, I had to pass them to check on my other table. Okay, you can do this. I held my head up and took a deep breath. I walked with purpose in that direction. I was careful not to look at him. I just kept my eyes straight ahead, almost there. However, my heart dropped to the floor when I felt an arm that was like steel shoot out and circle my waist, bringing my purposeful march to a halt. You're not gonna walk by me like you don't see me sitting here. His deep voice caused shivers to race down my back and little butterflies to do cartwheels in my stomach. He smelled so good, like spice and soap with a citrus undertone. Be strong, Stormy. He played you. I stepped back away from his arm and I turned to address the whole table. How is y'all food? Everything okay? Actually, I was trying to tell you I need more ketchup, the girl snapped. Ooh, she was mad at me. I'm sorry about that. Let me get you some. I went to turn, but Solomon grabbed my wrist once again, bringing me to a stop. I looked down at him with angry eyes. Now he was pissing me off. What right did he have to treat me like this? What do you want? He looked surprised by the venom in my voice. Damn, bruh. It sounds like you in the doghouse, my man. Bone chuckled as he settled in to await what would prove to be very entertaining for him. It do, don't it? He looked back at me. Am I in the doghouse, Stormy? You mad at me? Nope, I'm perfectly fine. Do you need anything? Coke, water, a burger? I held my pad and pen in my hand and gave him an unwaiting look that could have froze a charging bull in his tracks. I am so proud of myself right now. Yeah, you can help me figure something out because it appears I bought a phone that doesn't work. It works just fine. I rolled my eyes and looked out the window. Go ahead, Stormy, you are rocking right now. Well, if it works just fine, why when I call you I don't get an answer? His voice was laced with anger, and now my bravery was starting to falter. I turned it off. Why, Stormy? Because I don't want to talk to you. Bones' lady's friend mouth fell open. She wore a look of amazement on her face. I guess she couldn't believe there was a female alive that didn't want to talk to the famous King Solomon. Solomon started looking around. He picked up the napkin holder and looked under it. What are you doing? I hissed at him. I'm trying to figure out, did this place get bought out by Hooters or something? Bone and his lady friend erupted in laughter, but instantly fell silent when Solomon's furious gaze fell on them. I've got to admit, his anger was starting to knock some of the winds out of my sails too. I wanted to be real angry at the Hooters comment, but I didn't want to get him riled up. Still Sal's as far as I know. Then why the hell you walking around here in a uniform that's tight enough to make the Hooters girls say damn? He was now speaking through clenched teeth. Okay, it was time to cool him down a bit. Look, Sal made a mistake and ordered me a uniform a couple sizes too small, that's all. You want something to eat? I tried to calm him with my statement, but it only seemed to make him angrier because he wasn't looking at me anymore. He was looking behind me at Sal. Something crashed loudly. I turned and my hand flew to my mouth at the sight of Sal flying back into the wall. He was clutching his throat as if he was being choked by invisible hands. The kitchen guys came out and tried to help him, but his body was convulsing so violently it was hard for anyone to get next to him. What in the world? I said, dumbfounded at what I was seeing. His head was moving back and forth on his neck so rapidly it was hard to see. Oh my, it was like he was having a seizure or going through some kind of disturbia or something. Everybody was looking at Sal, but something in my being told me to look at Solomon. He too stared at Sal, but his look was so intense. He was focused completely on Sal. His anger and rage had his whole face distorted, giving him the appearance of a raging bull. Solomon, I whispered. He blinked 3 times as if he was coming out of some kind of angry-filled trance and looked up at me. Sal instantly started gasping, trying to desperately take in air in his lungs that were now suddenly open. I frowned down at Solomon. Had he somehow... Nah, that was crazy. What time you get off? He asked, breathing heavy, angry breaths. In about an hour, why? He didn't answer. He just got up and walked out. I had to walk out, because if I hadn't, I would be strangling Sal right now. I could give a damn if he picked that moment to have a seizure. That bastard bought her that little uniform, made her walk around all day showing off her body. I know my girl. That must have been torturous for her. I paced in the parking lot. Sal was going to pay for that. And this was her last damn day working. I've been going nuts, calling her phone back to back with no answer. I imagined the worst. Then my boy called me and tell me he's sitting at her table at damn Sal's. I got to get this girl in order. If not, she was gonna drive me crazy. She walked around completely clueless. Clueless of how beautiful she is. Clueless about how dangerous the world is. It's like she's a rare jewel that somebody had kept hidden from the world, and now it had been entrusted to me. And Sal decided to take advantage of my jewel, and for that, he was going to pay. When she first walked through those kitchen doors, with those tight black pants on and that tight red blouse that left nothing to the imagination, I had completely been knocked down until I realized that she was going to walk past me and not acknowledge me. Nah, we weren't even going to start playing them kind of games. Tonight, she and me was going to get an understanding.